Hey everyone, it's Robert, and you're watching Sidestep Adventures. Today we are at the Old Pioneer Cemetery in Fort Gaines, Georgia. This was the first established cemetery of Fort Gaines. The earliest death date on a stone marker is 1830. The tombs of Georgia Militia General John Dill and his family are found in an enclosed lot. Reverend John E. Brown, second president of the University of Georgia, and his wife are interred in this graveyard. Many early settlers, both black and white, are buried here in unmarked graves. So these are some really impressive graves out here, I've got to say, already looking at them. Some really impressive headstones, I should say. I mean, just look at all the detail in this one. I mean, that's just lovely. This is in memory of Anne Carpenter, wife of Charles F. Bemis, who died June 4th, 1853, 54 years old. Let's try to read what it says at the bottom. The remembrance of her many virtues leaves behind a far more enduring monument, admonishing us never to forget that all we can get out of life is useful. The remembrance of her many virtues leave behind a far more enduring monument, admonishing us never to forget that all we can get out of life is usefulness. Here rest the mortal remains of George W. Prescott, who was born at Kensington, New Hampshire, August the 1st, 1787, and departed this life January 30th, 1839. It looked like January 50th for a minute. I was like, well, that ain't right. January 30th, 1839, in the 52nd year of his age. He was distinguished by his enterprise and activity in business, and by his strict integrity. That life is long, which answers life's greatest end. This is sacred to the memory of Georgiana, daughter of George W. and Anne C. Prescott, who died July 29th, 1833, 13 years old. Possessed of all the virtues that adorn the female sex. Possessed of all the virtues that adorn the female sex. That's interesting. It's an interesting epitaph there. Sacred to the memory of George, son of George W. and Anne C. Prescott, who died September 23rd, 1847, aged 12 years, 11 months, and 15 days. All is not here of our beloved and blessed. Oh, look at that. Look at that big old critter wandering in the grass down there. Like a big old grasshopper or locust. This looks like Malvina Prescott Warren, born 15th January 1830, died 8th December 1864. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all, asleep in Jesus. And here we have Alfred Prescott, born in Charleston, South Carolina, April 2nd, 1826. Married Emma J. Slade, October 19th, 1854. Died in Atlanta, Georgia, March 27th, 1900. A Confederate soldier. Hello there. Let me pet you. Let me pet you. There you are. Alright, go be free. And here's a rock tomb. And it was an unmarked burial. And here is an above ground, a false crypt. Again, the actual burial is below ground. It is a false crypt that's been pretty well destroyed. Sacred to the memory of Solomon V. Wilson, who departed this life the 28th day of January, 1844, age 17 years, 8 months, and 19 days. And you can't really make that out. It looks like this modest stone, which few, and I can't really read it because of course half of it is gone there, and it's in these pieces on the ground. There is another unmarked rock tomb right here. When I say it's unmarked, there's a headstone leaned up against it. I guess it could go to that. I was gonna say, I don't think that headstone originally goes to that grave. It looks like it was just propped up there, but I guess it could. Miss Minnie Smith, born April 11th, 1881, and died May 21st, 1889. This is just a child, and it's obviously a small grave, child's tomb, so more than likely that is the headstone that belongs to that grave. Let's try to have a look at this one. This is William S. Wilson. Died October 30th, 1844, aged about 44 years. A tribute of respect by a friend. Alright, so I was just looking at this grave right here, and I see one of our friends is currently hanging out on this grave, so let's see if we can't say hi to him. All right, here we have In Memory of Tabitha. There's another rat snake back here too. See right there, he's a different coloration. I just heard the movement behind me. He's going into, I don't know, they're both, there's our friend from just a moment. There's our friend from just a moment ago. And here's our new visitor. All right, so here we have In Memory of Tabitha Jane, wife of Mills H. Jernigan, who departed this life April 24th, 1855, age 19 years, 10 months, and 24 days. Loved while living, lamented when dead. This is Elias Theron Earl, who was born in Pendleton District, South Carolina, on the 9th of April, 1813. Died at this place on the 7th of July, 1834, and is buried beneath this stone. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day. The other side says he was the son of Samuel Earl and Harriet Harrison, who intermarried on the 12th of March, 1793. Here's another, this is an unmarked grave, but look at the way the headstone was carved out there. It's pretty interesting. There's nothing written on it or engraved into it. This is Ann Day, born West Springfield, Massachusetts, July 28, 1815. Died July 7th, 1843. It says at the bottom, Affections Tribute. Over here in the wrought iron fence, we've got Elizabeth A. Bliss, wife of Luke Bliss, born May 14th, 1828, and died November 9th, 1848. At the bottom it says, Dearly Beloved. This is Lyman Brown, born Barrington, Rhode Island, March 12th, 1815, died at Fort Gaines, Georgia, September 6th, 1840. This tribute of affection is erected by a mother to the memory of a beloved son. Here's a broken headstone. Let's see if we can't make this out. This is in the memory of Livonia Elizabeth, consort of Thomas Tinsley, and daughter of Reverend Joan Cook, who departed this life I see 17. Oh, age 17 years, 11 months, and 21 days. I can't make out a date though. Can't make out the epitaph on that one either. There's another one of those carved rocks. Doesn't have any engraving on it though. And there's another unmarked grave right there. There's a fieldstone and fieldstone, and of course they are scattered all throughout here. It says, sacred to the memory of Mary Adelaide, daughter of Samuel and Anne J. Johnson, who died the 29th of March 1834, aged 2 years, 10 months, and 18 days. Of such is the kingdom of heaven. There's another broken false crypt here. See if we can read it. I see, sacred to the memory of Jane Stevens, departed this life March 19th, age 22 years. I cannot make out that death date on there. It could be 1833 or 83. Here is Elizabeth, consort of R.G. Carruthers, born February 24th, 1823, and died November 7th, 1842. Mother, I love thy grace. The blossom blue and mild. Can't make out that. Something or thy head. When shall it wave? It says WMAC at the bottom. That one was kind of difficult. I don't know if that made any kind of sense at all. But yeah, so this has been a really interesting cemetery to see. Got one more section to check out before we're done. But oh man, I just saw this. There's a whole area here of broken stones and bases. And see, these are the bases of headstones all strewn about here. And there's another one right there, and a broken stone. This is Andrew Jackson Kirkland, who died March 3rd, 1842. And there are more pieces over here. There's a piece of a headstone, and there, and there. There's another piece, and more pieces just all through here. I really hate to see that vandalism over there of the broken headstones. This is a child's grave in memory of Cornelia Roby, born December 22nd, 1848, and died July 7th, 1850. And in memory of Melinda Roby, born April 20th, 1832, and died January 14th, 1849, age 16 years, 8 months, and 24 days. And so this grave is unmarked. See if there's something on the other side. And it's just an unmarked grave there. And here's another unmarked grave. And another unmarked grave. I'm going to straddle this grave and read this. Sacred to the memory of Mary Ann, daughter of J.W. and C.G. Sutcliffe, who died 1st of May 1837, aged 3 years, 7 months, and 24 days. The sin, ere sin could blight or sorrow fade, death came with friendly care, the opening bud to heaven conveyed, and bade it blossom there. Sacred to the memory of John W. Sutcliffe, born October 9th, 1789, and departed this life February 18th, 1849, in the 60th year of his age. Erected as a token of affectionate regard by Mrs. Clementina C. Sutcliffe. Look up there where it looks like there was something else engraved right there and it got carved out, and they moved the name to the bottom. I think it made a mistake and corrected it that way. This is sacred to the memory of General John Dill, who was born in Darlington District, South Carolina, June 8, 1788, and died at Fort Gaines, Georgia, June 30th, 1856, aged 68 years and 22 days. The stone reads, sacred to the memory of John P.M. Dill, son of John and Elizabeth Dill, who died July 25th, 1837, aged 5 years, 2 months, and 22 days. Why do you mourn, you lonely dove? Our infant's gone to the worlds above. Would you but only have his bliss, and from him his happiness. It's getting pretty worn throughout the bottom here. And that's a long epitaph. Yeah, unfortunately with the damage, like in the cracks here, and with the general erosion in this area, I'm not going to be able to read all of that. But I hate that too, because that was pretty interesting. It sounds like it was written to the mother. Mourning her child. Very sad. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed exploring this very old and historic cemetery with me today. I think this was a pretty neat find, and the snakes were pretty cool too. A whole lot of history in a place like this, and definitely some of the earlier graves in this area. I'm a couple hours away from home right now, so it's neat to see some different areas of history. And it's just kind of right here on a side road in Fort Gaines. You can see all of the city trucks parked right out beside it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.